So now let us try to solve question number 5, which is if m plus 1th term of an AP. So first of all, we should know what is AM. How do you write AM? A plus m minus 1 into D. In case if it was AN, then you will replace the m as n minus 1 into D. That's it. So that's the first step. So now what is given in the question you should read. It is AM plus 1. So how do you write? A plus, in place of m you will replace m plus 1, then minus 1 into D. They are giving that m plus 1th term. So wait, let me read. M plus 1th term of an AP is twice the n plus 1th term, which is, so I can say that a n plus 1. How do I write this? A plus n plus 1 minus 1 into D. So here it's given that a m plus 1 is twice a n plus 1. So this is the given data. So how do I conclude this? Is, so I would be writing this one as a plus md is equal to a plus nd, right? Why? Because you can cancel this plus 1 minus 1, plus 1 minus 1 is getting cancelled. So we get these two things. Now we are going to equate these two things, which is a m plus 1 is twice a n plus 1. So what we are going to get is a plus md is equal to a plus nd into 2. So our answer would be here 2a plus 2nd is equal to a plus md. Now let us see the question what they are asking. Then prove that 3m plus 1th term is twice the m plus n plus 1th term. So we have concluded something like this, right? We have concluded something like this. I can write this one further like this also. See, I can write md is equal to a plus 2nd. Why? Because I can cancel this 2 and this a. Yes, fine. So now let us see the second part of the question what they are telling. M plus 1th term. So how do I write that? A 3m plus 1. Yes, in place of n I will replace 3m plus 1. So what do I get? A plus 3m plus 1 minus 1 into D. So this is 3m plus 1th term. So now one more thing, they are giving that m plus n plus 1th term. So how do I write that? A m plus n plus 1. So that's nothing but a plus m plus n plus 1 minus 1. So we are actually replacing this one in place of m. Clear? So what is the final answer that I would get here? A plus 3md. And here what do I get? A plus m plus n into D. So why? Because this plus 1 minus 1 cancel, plus 1 minus 1 cancel. Now what they are asking us to prove is, they are asking us to prove that this 3m plus 1th term is twice. So look at the word twice. So we have to prove. It's not about directly equating, you have to prove that. So let me write this one, a plus 3md. I have to prove that this is twice a plus m plus n d here. So now see, let me write, see, we have a conclusion here. What is md? What is md? That conclusion we are going to use. So I will replace this one. See, this is to prove. This is to prove. So we cannot directly write, we have to prove. So let me take the LHS and I'll try to prove it is equivalent to RHS. Clear? So now a plus, in place of md, I have to replace this. In place of this, I will put this one. So what do I get? A plus, in place of md, I will replace, in place of md, I will replace what? A plus 2nd, right? So 3 into a plus 2nd. So what do I get is a plus 3a plus 6nd, right? So I'll be getting this. So I will get 4 times a plus 6 times of nd. Is that equal to RHS? No, it's not equal to RHS. So now what modification that you can do? What is the modification that you can do? So you have to check, go back to the question and you can replace. What you can replace? See, we have, so let us open this RHS. So let us open the RHS. So what is the RHS I have? 2 times a plus m D plus ND, right? So my final answer in the LHS is 6 times of ND. So I will again try to replace what is MD. What is MD? MD is nothing but A plus 2ND. Yes, I'll replace that. 2 into A plus 2ND plus ND, right? So what I'm going to get? 2 into, see, A plus A, that's 2A, plus 2ND plus ND, that's nothing but 3ND, right? Now what do I get? 4A plus 6ND. Yes, we have proved this. Since LHS is equal to RHS, I have proved the given question. See, you have to always satisfy the question. It's not directly telling it is equal. You have to prove. That's why they are asking us to prove that. Okay. Now let us solve the next question, question number 6. So this is a very simple question. You can expect this one for maybe like 2 to 3 marks only. It's not that great question. Okay, so now first of all, again you should know how do you write an AP. Okay, say like AN, that's nothing but your last term, so you write basically as L also. Okay, that's A plus N minus 1 into D. See, this N is the number of terms, N is nothing but number of terms, and A is nothing but first term, D is nothing but common difference. So these things you know, I hope. So let us take the first term. See, they are given the sequence like -2, -4, -6, dot 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 minus 100. So now what I am going to do is, see, look at the question and we are going to change the question. Find the 12th term from the last. So let me consider the last term as first term. So what is my last term? -100. So I'm going to consider that one as the first term. Okay. And if you see the sequence, after this what comes actually? After this what comes? You are actually adding how much? You are actually adding -2 only, right? So you have to see here you are actually adding -2. So here you have to add +2 so that you get the next term, which is this term. So I get -98 dot 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 dot. I'm going to get -2. Yes, correct. Now I am going to use this one as the first term, so that it is easy, I won't commit any mistake. So they're asking 12th term from the last. Okay, so A12 is nothing but A is my 100. This is my A. And what is the common difference? I'm going to use common difference as +2. And what is the value of N? N is nothing but 12. So 12 minus 1 into 2. So my answer would be -100 plus 11 into 2 is 22. So you should do the subtraction correctly. So you should be getting -78. Yes. Okay, now let us try to solve the next question. See, next question is quite simple. It is worth for only 1 mark. It's worth for only 1 mark. So rest of the marks is for concept only. So now let us try to understand two APs have the same common difference. Okay. So let me write, see, one small AP, A. Okay. Next is A plus D. Next is A plus 2D. This is one AP. Okay. So let me write one more AP, capital A. See, what is the big difference I'm committing? Capital A. That's it. A plus D. See, in the question they are telling that this is the same common difference, which means whatever I'm using here, I have to use here the same. The common difference should be the same. The common difference here is D. So here also D. So next would be A plus 2D. So no change. It's not a big deal, right? So say like, I'll give you an example to make you understand, and you can be little comfortable here. See, let me start. They are telling the first term of one AP is 2. Okay. So next term of the, so next one more AP starting term is 7. That's what they are telling in the question. Okay. Now I am assuming, see, you can also assume anything. So I'm going to assume the common difference. We'll take very simple, +1. We won't annoy you. Okay, say like +1. So say like 3 here. So here 8. So you can see what is the common difference. What is the common difference? The common difference is 1, right? So I'm using the same common difference. Now what is the difference between these two things? 5. What is the difference between these two things? 5. So okay, let me take the next two terms. So let me put, say like 4 here and 5 here and 6 here. Okay. So here what would be the term? 8 plus 1, 9. And here it would be 10, and here it would be 11. So what is the difference? Still it is 5. There is nowhere difference, right? So now this is for understanding, but you cannot write this one in your exam paper. So what you should write, I'll tell you. Okay. So now How do you start? See, they are telling that show that the difference between the 10th term is same as the difference between their 21st term. How do you write that? So see, A10, what is A10? A plus 90, right? A plus 90. And how do you write A10? Capital A10, which is the starting term is this. That's it. Okay. So what do I get is capital A plus 90, right? So this is how I write. Now they're telling that show that the difference between their 10th term is the same as difference between the 21st term. What is the difference between them? A minus A. Okay, you can write like this. If you're going to write A10 minus A10, okay, then this would be the difference. Basically you subtract. Okay, otherwise if you want to write A10 minus A10, so what is the answer you're going to get? A minus A, isn't it? Now if you write A21 and A21, so what is A21? A plus 20D, and here A plus 20D. What is the difference between them? Subtract. What do you get? A minus A. So it is the same. I hope you all are able to understand. Now what you can conclude, which is the same as a difference between any two corresponding terms? Yes, obviously that's right. So how do I write an? How do I write an? I will be writing a plus n minus 1 into d. How do you write capital An? An is equal to capital A plus n minus 1 into d. So if you try to subtract, what will happen? If you try to subtract, let's try to subtract. So what do you get? Basically these two terms is going to get vanished. So you get an, one second, you get an minus an is nothing but a minus a. Yes. So what is the difference? 7 minus 2, that's nothing but 5. Yes. Thank you all.